Welcome back. Welcome back to M2H Academy. I'm your host, Royalty. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow. If you are returning, I appreciate you for the support. Constant, consistent support. The numbers are definitely reflecting and showing. And I just want to express my gratitude to that. As I do this, not only for you, but for me myself as well. So I just thank you for just, embarking on this journey with me and staying consistent and following along. Today we're gonna be talking to the fathers. We're gonna be talking to the dads who are working, providing, driving kids around, making appointments, paying bills, just trying to maintain relationships, trying to be present, trying to stay healthy while all trying to build something for their own future. And somewhere in the middle of all that, taking care of everybody else, you realize I haven't really taken care of myself. Being a father is one of the greatest responsibilities that a man can have. But here's something that we don't talk about enough. Being a good father doesn't mean you have to be an exhausted father. You can love your children deeply and still feel overwhelmed. You can be grateful for your family and still need a break. You can be strong and still need support. But today we're talking about how busy fathers can manage stress without losing themselves in the process. See, the pressure that fathers carry, you know, fatherhood comes with a lot of pressure. There's financial pressure, emotional pressure, relationship pressure, work pressure. Sometimes there's pressure we put on ourselves. You want your children to have more than you had. You want to give them more opportunities. You want to protect them from mistakes. You want to be present. You want to provide. And sometimes you feel like, if you slow down, everything might just fall apart. So you just keep going. You keep going even when you're exhausted. You keep going even when you're frustrated. Even when you're running on empty. But here's the problem. You cannot continuously give from an empty tank. Eventually, that stress starts to show up somewhere. Um, Stress doesn't always stay at work. You can have a difficult day at your job, and walk through the front door and your child wants attention immediately. Your partner wants to talk. The house is loud. There's something that needs to be fixed. And suddenly you irritated. You're irritated not because your family did something wrong, but because you have nothing left. That's an important distinction. Sometimes the people closest to us experience the consequences of stress that they did not create. You may become impatient, withdrawn, short tempered, emotionally unavailable. And then afterward, you feel guilty. The cycles that we find ourselves in, we have to be more aware of them because that's the cycle that we have to interrupt. Always being on. One of the first signs that stress is getting out of control is that you never really shut down. You're at work thinking about home, at home, thinking about work with your kids, thinking about money, trying to sleep, thinking about tomorrow. Your body is physically present, but your mind is somewhere else. Being constantly Available isn't the same thing as being present. Sometimes your family doesn't need more hours from you. They need the hours you already have actually feel like you're not there. The hours that you already given, but not being present in. That's what they need. We may think they don't see. We may think they don't notice, but they see and they're suffering. We start to think that everything feels like a responsibility. When you're overwhelmed, even things that you enjoy can start feeling like work. Playing with your kids, going out with your partner, going to the gym, hanging with and seeing friends. Your entire life starts feeling like one long list of obligations. It's a warning sign. It's a warning sign that you need moments where you are not producing, you're not fixing, more moments where you're not providing, moments where you're just simply living, moments where you stop and actually start to take care of yourself. Maybe you stopped working out. Maybe you stopped eating what was healthy and started to eat more of convenience. Maybe you're sleeping less. Maybe you're not doing the hobbies that you used to enjoy. You're not talking to anybody. Then you choose to make that excuse for yourself, and you tell yourself, I'll get back to myself when things calm down. But what if things don't calm down? At some point, you got to make space for what's happening in life currently. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is maintenance. So what are 5 ways that busy fathers can manage stress? 1, create a transition between work and home. Before you walk through that door, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes. Sit in the car. Take a walk. Listen to music. Take some breaths. Whatever works, whatever you need to do to give your brain time to transition. You're not trying to eliminate stress. You're just giving yourself a moment to process it before bringing it in the house. Number 2, stop trying to do everything yourself. Being a father does not mean being the only person responsible for everything. Learn to delegate. Learn to ask for help. Learn to communicate. Let people know when you're overwhelmed. There are no extra points, extra credit given in life because we're choosing to suffer alone and suffer in silence. Speak to somebody. Say something. Number 3, protect small amounts of personal time. You don't necessarily need an entire weekend away. Sometimes 20 minutes matter. Go outside. Go work out. Go read. Go listen to music. Take a productive, unrushed shower. Take time to just sit in silence. Whatever helps you reconnect to yourself. Small amounts of recovery become important when life is consistently demanding. Protect small amounts of personal time. And learn to say no. That's number 4. Learn to say no. Every yes costs you something. Let me say that again. Every yes costs you something. It either costs your time, your energy, your attention. It costs something. Before you automatically say yes, yes. Before you say yes, take time to ask yourself, do I actually have the capacity for this? And that's big. Do I actually have the capacity for this? You can be a good father. You can be a good friend, a good employee, a good family member without being available to everybody all the time. Learn to say no. So let's see. Number 1, create a transition between work and home. Take some time not to eliminate the stress, but just not to bring it in. Number 2, stop trying to do everything yourself and learn to ask for help. You're not getting any kudos or bonus points for suffering silently. Number 3, protect the small amounts of personal time that you get. Take those small moments to read, listen to music, do something that brings you some form of calmness, relaxation in your life. Small moments of recovery become very important in life. And one of the biggest ones, learn to say no. Number 4, learn to say no. Because every yes costs something. So question the capacity that you have for things before committing to them. And before we get into number 5, if you are enjoying this video, be sure to follow the page. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as we drop exclusive content each week. I would hate for you to miss out on any of it. Number 5, talk before you break. Now, this may be the hardest one. The hardest one for a lot of men. Talk. Talk to your partner. Talk to a friend. Talk to a father. Talk to another father. Talk to another friend. Talk to a mentor. Talk to a licensed mental health professional if you need that level of support. But talk. Talk to somebody. Don't wait until you're at the breaking point to admit, I'm struggling. Don't wait till you're at the breaking point to let somebody know, I've been struggling. You don't have to earn help by reaching a crisis. Just speak to somebody. Talk to somebody. Speak up. Talk before you break. So 1, create transition between work and home. 2, stop trying to do everything yourself. 3, protect small amounts of personal time. 4, learn to say no. And 5, take time to talk to somebody before you break. I want to get into the 10-minute dad reset. And this is something that I want you to try this week. Give yourself 10 minutes every day. No phone, no television, no work, no distractions. Just 10 minutes. 10 minutes asking yourself 3 questions. What am I feeling? What is stressing me right now? What do I need? 3 questions. What am I feeling? What is stressing me right now? What do I need? Not what does my family need? Not what does my boss need? And definitely not what does everybody else need? What do I need? Because you can't take care of yourself if you never stop long enough to listen to yourself. Take time to listen to yourself. And let me leave you with this. Your children don't need the perfect father. They need a present father. They need a father who knows how to apologize. A father who knows how to regulate his emotions. A father who knows when to rest. Knows how to ask for help. Knows the importance of taking care of your mental health. Because one of the greatest lessons you can teach your children isn't something you say, but it's something that they watch you do. When you take care of yourself, you're teaching them that their well-being is what matters. And in most cases, it matters as much as anything else that they're putting their best foot forward to. When you communicate, you're teaching them that emotions are safe to express. When you ask for help, you're teaching them that strength doesn't mean doing everything alone. And when you manage your stress, and instead of allowing stress to manage you, you're giving your children a healthier version of fatherhood to carry into the next generation. So if you're a father watching this, I want you to answer this question in the comments. What's the biggest source of stress in your life right now? Is it work? Is it money, time, relationships, parenting? Or is it just simply trying to balance everything out? You don't have to share anything that you're uncomfortable with sharing, but let's start having the honest conversations about what fatherhood actually feels like. And if you know a father who needs this message, send them this episode. I want to thank you, and I want to leave you feeling refreshed. Leave you feeling important. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to TTimeTV as we're getting ready to wrap up the first part of the Mental Health M2H Academy. The first 10-part video episodes of the first series. The first part of the series, 10 episodes. I'm sorry, I couldn't get that out. A little bit of tongue twister for me. But I'll see you in the next episode. I'll see you in the next episode. And until then, remember to protect your peace, prioritize your health, and be present with your family. Remember, your family needs you healthy. They don't just need you available. Positive energy always creates elevation. Peace. And until next time.
It's time for tea time.